Click the subscribe button, hit the bell icon to never miss another update.
The city lay beneath a shroud of darkness. The sun, which had relentlessly baked the city in its burning rays all day, was now hidden behind the mountain. As the day's scorching heat faded away, a pleasant atmosphere settled in. 6 armed guards meticulously patrolled the streets and narrow alleys, their demeanor marked by caution and composure. Among them stood a tall man with broad shoulders, who clearly assumed the role of their leader. One of the guards ventured to ask, "Sir, if you don't mind me asking, why did the Caliph Mutawakkil spare such a dangerous man who opposes his government?" The leader of the guards replied, "You are naive. It is too early for us to comprehend what the great Caliph conceals in his thoughts." "Are you implying—" "Yes, indeed," the leader interrupted. "Ali ibn Muhammad commands the unwavering respect of the people, and Mutawakkil couldn't easily eliminate him. That's precisely why he dispatched us at this hour to arrest him." For this reason, Imam Hadi had been relocated from Medina to Samarra. His love and reverence were deeply ingrained in the hearts of the people of Mecca and Medina. Removing such an influential figure was a daunting task. As the guards approached Imam Hadi's house, the leader of the group concealed his face with a mask, gripped his sword with determination, and surveyed the surroundings. Gradually, the dim lights in nearby houses flickered out. The town was quiet. After a moment of silence, the leader signaled by slicing the air with his sword, giving the awaited command. 5 shadowy figures ascended the house walls and leaped into the yard. The men advanced cautiously, their hands poised on their swords, moving single file, vigilant and expectant. Their keen eyes scanned the area, searching for any signs of movement. Darkness enshrouded everything, save for one room. Bathed in a dim yellow light, all remained quiet, except for the faint whispers emanating from that room reaching the ears of the men. The leader of the guards entered the room, his eyes radiating an unusual intensity. He approached the Imam, then signaled to his 5 companions, who followed closely behind him. Inside, their attention focused on a man with a turban covering his head, dressed in wool, seated on the sandy floor. He faced the Qibla, deeply engrossed in reciting the Quran. Neither too old nor too young, he possessed a reddish-white complexion and large eyes. Tears flowed down his cheeks as he continued reciting the Quran, exuding an aura of brightness and reverence. He paid no heed to the armed men surrounding him, persisting in reciting the words of God. "Do those who have perpetrated misdeeds suppose that we shall treat them like those who have faith and do righteous deeds, their life and death being equal? Evil is the judgment that they make." The leader of the guards was unsure on how to proceed and resolve the situation. After the man finished his recitation, he turned to the guards and regarded them in silence. The leader of the guards declared, "We have heard that you possess weapons and secret documents against the government in your house." Without waiting for a response, he gestured to his men to immediately commence searching the entire house. The armed men fanned out across the house, meticulously inspecting every nook and cranny in search of weapons and secret documents. Yet they found nothing. Finally, the leader of the guards turned to the man and delivered his final words. "Ali ibn Muhammad, you must accompany us to the Caliph in your current attire." The door to the grand hall of the castle swung open, and Imam Hadi entered, flanked by lines of guards. The hall dazzled with impressive lighting, its walls adorned with mirrors and its ceilings decked with torches and candles. The light danced on the mirrored walls, casting a magnificent and brilliant ambience. Mutawakkil occupied the central throne, clad in pure silk, his head adorned with a colorful cloth and a golden cup filled with wine in his hand, trying to show off his wealth. Imam Hadi passed through the ranks of guards in his simple clothes, radiating calm confidence. He approached the throne with measured, composed steps until he stood near Mutawakkil. Mutawakkil rose from his seat as a sign of respect for Imam Hadi's arrival. The leader of the guards, who had led the raid on Imam Hadi's house, recounted all that had transpired. Mutawakkil silently contemplated a solution to the situation. Finally, Mutawakkil spoke, addressing Imam Hadi. "We request that you recite some poetry for us." "I rarely recite poetry," replied the Imam. No, we insist that you do," Mutawakkil said. Silence filled the room. All eyes remained fixed on Mutawakkil and Imam Hadi. Mutawakkil began to survey his men and courtiers with pride, a triumphant smile gracing his face, thinking that he had won. But then Imam Hadi began to recite his poem with a powerful yet serene voice. "They had many mountains guarding them, many men, but few benefited them. They descended wealthy from their ranks, only to end up in wretched graves. A crier called them as they were buried, 'Where are your beds, crowns and garments? Where are those faces, once smooth and fair? Without them, the shrouds are put to use. Uncover their tombs and ask them, those faces that the worms consume. They ate and drank to their heart's desire, yet in the end, they were consumed by fire.'" Imam Hadi concluded his recitation of the poem. Mutawakkil trembled as if he were no longer drunk, unable to contain his emotions. Tears streamed down his beard. All those present lowered their heads, joining in mourning. The hall's columns appeared to vibrate, and the poem seemed to shake the once solid and imposing structure, as if causing it to crumble. The walls appeared to quiver, and the candles and torches seemed to burn out. That night, the castle felt like a tomb shrouded in darkness.